Ndati Enoch, thank you very much for taking time to speak to us and, of course, inviting us to the beautiful Soweto Equestrian Centre. I only read about the great things that Enos Mafokate did, the first black man to be a show jumper in this country and show jump internationally. Where did it all start? How did you get into show jumping?
Thank you very much to allow me today give you from my heart. I started as a child in 50s, and it was a riding school which was called Blue Hill Riding School. They would never allow me to touch that black horse, was calling Black Magic. And I asked one of the head groom, and I said, how could I ride? Because only whites riding. Then he said to me, you have to be a groom. And I was still a child by that time. And that time I feel so bad because I know I can never ride a horse because I'm not white. And I used to hold the horses in a tea garden near Blue Hill Riding School, where today is a golf course in Sun Hill Park. And after that, when my friend go to the golf course in Kilani, in Kyalami, I was opening the gate, running on a path, going to the tea room, getting 5 penny, getting a piece of a cake, running, going to show my mother. And but when the year comes, 1961, I have to leave the home a little bit with no shoes, just walking like I was just going somewhere else, and I was gone. And I went first riding school which is Grayson Stable. And when I get there, the older man said to me, a piggy need, you come here, you're going to get a hiding. So wow. I have to walk from Sandton to Bryanston, sure. Kelvin Riding School for Leslie Taylor. And when I get there, I got the job. And I was very lucky because I started with a private job.
How old were you?
By that time I was 19, but the ID say I was 17, because the IDs, these are way different than me. So when I went there and started working on a weekend, we had the top people. If you think in 60s was a national consortium, which they had the big horses there. They were pulling pylons and things that were very nice working than what is happening today. And those are the kind of people I was working for them. And one day what happened is 1962, I took the 2 horses, Don Petrol and Prince, to Inanda Club. And when I was there, they had the games. Then they said, let's see the blacks, they can do something, 1962. And I took the horses without the permission. One side, Charlie said I must take it, but the other, the father and the brother, they didn't say that. I was very scared, but this lady was calling Heather Hillcoat. She said to me, ride, man. I said, but I'm going to lose the job. She said, no, ride. I rode. And I won that class. Wow. With the 2 horses. It was a race. I started race with the big horse, jump off from the big horse to the small pony, and I won it. And I'm telling you, I won that class in 1963. And they never let us anymore to ride anywhere in South Africa. And until 1975, Maritz Brothers School is St. David's School today. Yes. They studied there, and then they let us, they made a partition to the president, John Foster. He could allow us to ride there, and that school was Malthusian. So it was only the place we could allow we blacks can ride there, not anywhere else. And I was a favorite, but I get there, I was 5th and 6th, poles down, it's difficult in the jumping. Then they took us to Inanda Club and have 3 top riders, black, promising black grooms. It was myself, and it was Oliver, then it was BB Posa. We were 3. But my horse, he had a cow legs. That is like a showing show is just like modeling. Okay. And my horse, because he's got cow legs, he can never win. So we have to swap the horses, 2 of us, and then go. When we go back to our own horses, my horse, I came 3rd. That was the first time. Then 1976, they had our first ever show jumping, which is in there, and which was our 2nd show jumping. And then I won it with a horse called Masquerade. I came 2nd, sorry. I came 2nd. I was in a lead, but the last person came and beat me. I came 2nd. Then 1977 is where everything started. 1977, where I became the first member of the Transvaal Horse Society. I became the first, winning the first Malthusian show jumping for Sandton with NLE as a pairs. and we won it for 3 years in a row. Then 1978, we also have the first time at the run show, we show jumping as a pairs, maltration for Johannesburg,
Yes.
and we won it 2 years in a row.
Wow.
So everything was just happening that way. And from there, never look back, till 1978, Pietermaritzburg, for 127 years, they never allowed blacks competing with whites. They didn't want it, but because the horse I was riding them was sponsored by South African Leyland. Leyland said, we're pulling our sponsor away. They let me ride. And when I rode there, I was a reserve champion of King George's Trophy. When I'm saying reserve champion, people they don't understand.
Yes.
Is when you're second in a championship, is calling a reserve champion.
Okay.
Right. And by the same evening, I was with a top rider, which is calling Mickey Lowe, a Springbok rider. And we want to show the country, to say we need to see, we have black and white. So we were going in as a pairs. We were riding 2 grey horses. We won the class, me and Mickey Lowe. And after we won the class, the young boy came running. And I thought he's coming to say to me, well done, or something like that. He said to me, where did you get the red jacket? I said, I steal it.
Perfect answer.
They could not believe it. Black people could wear those red jackets. Black people could wear a Springbok colors. Black people would be, no, when you're black, you must just be, you're good for a garden, you're good for cleaning up. No, it's not that. God have given all of us the talent.
Couple of 50 years later, maybe, the Soweto Equestrian Centre was born. What was the idea behind starting this?
You know, because when you got something, I remember 1980 when I came back overseas, when they asked me, the Lesedi radio asked me live, they said, what is your future? I could not answer it. They asked for the second time, I could not answer it. I was thinking, what must I answer? Because if I answered wrong, it's going to hurt me. So in a third time, I said, it's to see me helping a black child. So when I started to work with the SPCA, when I saw the contract for SPCA, I went back home and I looked at it. And horses were very, very bad neglected in Soweto. Very bad neglected in 1988. And then I changed it. I said, look, SPCA, let's start with the children. But my plan was to start the riding school. I said, let's start with the children. And when they're 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, we'll achieve what we want. Yeah. They said, now what we do? I said, lend me 700 rand, I must buy my first horse. They lend me 700 rand. I got my first horse. I got with 2 children. We started it, and then is how we get this bad neglected was in Soweto and Orange Farm. I thanks Mandela, the man and the only Mandela, which I remember 1992 at the Olympics. We were the development. They didn't want us. Sam Ramsemi tried to get us in it for the opening. They would never allow us going in an opening. But he came and he asked this man, he said, what is the future? If you look on a Sunday Star for 1992 opening, I'm in the front page of it.
What does it take to be a show jumper?
Is a person who can never be a show jumper person. But if you can, when you are a rider, you can get the right horse. You, even how scared you are, that horse can take you far away. But it's something which you need your heart. You must have that kind of a heart to say, what I'm doing it. When you say I'm jumping here now, you must jump. Don't say I'm jumping here, I'm jumping there, and doubting when you're going there. Show jumping, it comes because you need to be a combination, you and that horse. You need to know each other. Me, when I was in trouble, I'll say, she was calling my second wife. And that was a horse. I said, my Selmy, please, my darling, you must help me today. We'll turn like a tiki when we jump in a ring. She will help me. I remember when we won all Africa Cup in Swaziland. I said, Selmy, my girl, if we can win it, I'll give you 3 months. And we won it. I was a captain. And it was the first time after 29 years I was in the show jumping. I never been put it in the team. And we won it in Swaziland. Was
the Olympics a dream of yours always?
Was, but I never thought that could happen one day. We were 18 of us. Was the Indians, blacks, and coloreds, no whites. That development, they put it in 1992. And it was after 32 years they've been South Africa to the Olympics. It was a lot of experience. Yeah. Ilana May, I mean, we share for Ilana May to come. It was the first time when I was born to can share for a white person to win. The sports has been a very good weapon for South Africa to kill the apartheid, because without the sports, I think would have taken a long time.
So what do you do here at the Soweto Equestrian Centre? Do you have kids coming here that you teach them how to show jump?
We're doing quite a lot of things. Horses got their therapy. Horses got some things you can never pick it up anywhere you can want you like it. Just to look at a horse is something come to your body. Horses have done a lot in a country. It's the only animal which have done more than any other animals you can find it in the world. And we do a vaulting. We are the South African champions 4 times. We were 3 times in 3 years in a row. The 4th time we must do it, the white people didn't want to participate with us.
Because they knew you were going to win.
We were going to win, and then we didn't. Then we had our 4th one last year in Cape Town. And I'm telling you, with the different children, we're calling Soweto mixed team. And we were competing with the Cape Town team, and we beat them. When you look at them, when they were going in a ring, they were so smart. If it was a fancy dress, they would have won it.
Tell us about some of your riders, your professional riders that you are training, the youngsters that are here currently.
Right. I thank God, because 2010, I took one child to Kentucky as a development. 2014, the 2 went to France to the World Games to present South Africa.
Wow.
I could not go because we were struggling to get the money to let them go. But in the end, I went to the priest and I said to him, I've got 2 children that can't go to France. And he said, this is calling Pastor Zondo. And he said to me, the children are going to go, but you're not going to go. And it was 2 weeks before that. I look at him. I said, what is he talking about? 85,000 each, where I'm going to get it? Honestly, from that church, when I go back, the children, people start put the money in,
Wow.
and the children managed to go to France and present South Africa. And they came 7th out of 17 teams. And here, we got these children, black children that got talent. They really got talent. We got children which really, if they can get a good support, we can go far away. And that's why when on that weight, I remember when I was overseas, and they said South Africa is not top. We're talking now we talk all sports for
Yes.
South Africa. I told them in 1980, I said, give South Africa a chance. You'll see. I said, if you are a champion of Gauteng, you are a champion of South Africa. If you give South Africa a chance to compete here in your country, you see what is going to happen. So today, any sports is happening. I didn't go there for the horses. I went there for all the sports. But because I was black, they make I went there for the black people. It was not like that, because I wouldn't answer that words if I was going for the black people. I went there for all sports in South Africa.
Absolutely. So tell us about their names, some of the kids that are riding.
We got Junior, which he have break his leg with not riding. So people say horses are dangerous. Horses are not dangerous. He was playing and break his hand. And we got Pony also. She's going to ride also, show you on a ride on. We're going to show you vaulting on Jojo. Jojo is a very naughty horse, which he do the carriages, he do the vaulting, he do the jumping, but very naughty. He always jump the paddocks and hurt himself jumping the paddock by himself. And we try to keep him close all the time, every time when we must go to the show.
Very, very special indeed. Just lastly, a last question. Princess Anne visited your equestrian centre. That doesn't happen every day.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I never feel that. More than that, I'm telling you. Because I remember 1982 when I was at the Great Norfolk Park, which is our background, where Prince Philip was playing a polo there. And Lady Diana, she had Prince William like this, and I shake her hands. And when I was watching, standing there by the clubhouse, I saw the Green Rover coming down. And then I thought, who is that one? Then it was the Queen Elizabeth in a Green Rover coming down. And I was present to the Queen Elizabeth. I shake the hands of Prince Philip. Prince Charles I couldn't because he was there. And when I want to go to Princess Anne, behind her. I was walking behind her from the clubhouse, and the bodyguard stopped me. But when come 2011 is where things started. I was invited to the last meeting of the Olympics at British. And I'm telling you, when I was invited there, from here, from day one I left here, I was worried if I make something wrong, it's for the country, not myself. And when I gave the speech that day, when Princess Anne, I was the first person she shake my hands, Princess Anne, 2011. And then she said, why are you coming so from far away? And I said, because of you. She said, but there's no horses in Soweto. I said, not for the white people, but for black people, it's horses. She said, okay, I'll see you later. Or she's talking about supper. It was not like that. You see, when she was talking 2012, she was going to come here. And when she came here, I'm telling you, in 10 minutes, we have to stand still, not doing anything. And the police round this place. And when we finished, when we went to the church in Pretoria, and they were covering around like this. And as I came, they said, the person you visit him for him is also visit here. They open it because they look after Princess Anne, I think, more than the queen, the way she is. I thank God because 2010, I took one child to Kentucky as a development. 2014, the two went to France to the World Games to present South Africa. We got these children, black children that got talent. They really got talent. We got children which really, if they can get a good support, we can go far away. And that's why when on that duet, I remember when I was overseas, and they said South Africa is not top. We're talking now, we talk all sports for South Africa. I told them in 1980, I said, give South Africa a chance. You'll see. I said, if you are a champion of Gauteng, you are a champion of South Africa. If you give South Africa a chance to compete here in your country, you see what is going to happen. So today, any sports is happening. I didn't go there for the horses. I went there for all the sports. Yes.
Your dream for this place, for the Soweto Equestrian Centre?
Yeah, the dream is big. The dream is big. You need the men. You need the people can help it. My dream. I want to see, we got the Soweto Classic. He started 1991. He's running outside Soweto. He ran only here 1991. And today is outside Soweto. I want to see a indoor of equestrian in this ground. I want to see the clubhouse, which can name it any name, in this property. I want to see a multi-purpose indoor which can take all the sports in this same ground. The city have given me a very big ground. I want to see a polo, 50 by 100 square meter of a sand arena, to ride a polo first time in Soweto, in this place, because the place is so big. I want to see, if I can see those things happen, I'll say my legacy, I'll leave it in this world.